So, ladies and gentlemen, eventually the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy lifted the fatwa. I mean, that's basically what it is. The threat he made against Russia's Victory Day parade in the Red Square. He eventually lifted it. In fact, not just lifted, he signed a decree allowing the Russians to have their, Victory Day parade. I'm not making this up. I know it sounds ridiculous, but he did sign a decree allowing the Russians to have their Victory Day parade. You think I'm lying? Well, here's a copy of the decree. I have it because I know it would be difficult for anyone to believe this, but I do have a copy, and here is the copy. And it reads, Decree of the President of Ukraine, number 374/2026, about the parade in Moscow, taking into account numerous requests for the humanitarian purpose outlined in the negotiations with the American side on May 8, 2026, he decided to, one, allow a parade to be held in Moscow, Russian Federation, on May 9, 2026. He decided to allow it for the duration of the parade from 10 a.m. Kyiv time to on May 9, 2026. The territorial square of Red Square will be excluded from the plan for the use of Ukrainian weapons. Red Square, the coordinates and all put there. And then number 2, this decree shall enter into force on the date of his signing, President of Ukraine, V. Zelensky. So yes, he did sign a decree allowing the Russians to have the parade. He, in his benevolence, allowed them to have the parade, their Victory Day parade. Now, it must be noted, for full context, that this decree came only after Russia threatened to basically nuke the center of Kiev, and released a video taken by a drone showing the parliament house of Ukraine in the center of Kiev. And after Ukrainians who live in Kiev started making a beeline out of Kiev, in fact, yesterday there was traffic jams, in all the roads leading out of Kiev. Cars were parked. Here's a video taken by the Ukrainians leaving Kiev after Russia's warning, of what it would do if anything happened at his parade. And that, by the way, shows that even the Ukrainians don't trust the mental stability of their president. So they had to leave because they believed with someone like him, he could go ahead and, attack Russia's Victory Day parade, then go hide in his bunker and leave them exposed to whatever Russia decides to do. So they're all simply basically stampeded out of there. Anyway, I just thought you would like to know that the Ukrainian president, in his magnanimity, decided to allow the Russians to have their Victory Day parade. Thanks for watching, and please like, share, and follow.